Greetings to everyone from the new headquarters of the CEO of the Oshman Family JCC, also known as my living room. I hope this message finds you all in good health and weathering the shelter in place as best you can. We're doing okay here in my family, thank God, although my beard was all black just a few days ago, so that should give you a sense of the level of stress in my household. I miss seeing you on campus every day at the JCC, but I'm really glad that so many of you have been staying in touch with us. We appreciate the messages of support, and we love seeing you in our online fitness workouts, ICC classes, Beged Kefet Hebrew School, arts programs, and online Jewish learning and community events. If there are any of you who have not yet tried our virtual OFJCC, please do. The link is at the top of our website, and I know you'll appreciate all of our many offerings. It's been a little while since I've had a chance to give the community an update, so I wanted to take this opportunity to do just that and share a few pieces of news. First, I want to explain a little bit about what's happened so far. When the shelter-in-place order came, we had to shut down the campus immediately, meaning that we haven't had staff on campus for over 6 weeks now. We are a nonprofit, community-supported organization, which means that every dollar we bring in through membership dues and tickets and tuition and fundraising goes back out again to pay our staff and meet expenses. So when all our activities stopped, we had to place almost 3/4 of our staff on unpaid furlough right away. We had no money coming in. Now, thanks to the generosity of some very important donors, I'm pleased to share with you that we have been able to continue paying for everyone's health insurance during the time of furlough. So if you haven't heard back from someone on staff for a little while, it's probably because of the furlough. Now, I know the biggest question on everyone's mind is, when are we going to be able to reopen again? I wish I knew. I wish I had a specific date for you, but what we're hearing from the federal and state government is that they expect it to be a step-by-step process, starting with very small groups of people and new safety procedures. Nobody has declared a start date for that process yet. So unfortunately, preschool and Club J are not going to reopen before the end of the school year. But the good news is, from the latest guidelines, it looks like we will be able to reopen our daytime J Camp and ECE Camp this summer. So we'll do that very carefully and with a lot of changes and new procedures in place to make sure everyone is staying healthy and safe. And we'll let you know about that when we have it finalized. In the meantime, we have teams working really hard to revamp all of our protocols. That means cleaning and equipment and security and temperature taking and PPEs and space usage and a million other details, just to make sure that we're all ready when the government says we can reopen the campus. Now, we've been in touch with many of you about the money that has been collected for tuition, membership dues, or event tickets. This has been a major challenge for us. As I mentioned, most of our staff, including our accounting and administrative staff, have been on furlough, and we've been shut down. So even though we're closed, we've been scrambling to make sure that all of the thousands of people who've bought tickets or paid for membership or have been charged for tuition, that you hear from us. And just to make sure, here's what's happening. Starting April 1st, we stopped charging anyone for membership unless you specifically told us you wanted us to donate your dues to a tax-deductible donation. For continuing preschool families, we're crediting the May payment to next year's deposit unless a family has specifically said that you want to donate your tuition. For next year's Club J After School, and for last year's Club J After School, we didn't charge any May tuition. And for all event tickets where we've canceled the event, we've sent an email to you with a code for a credit that can be used for any event sold on our website in the future. There's only one more ICC event that we're working on, but the rest have been processed, so you should have heard from us by now for most of them. For other outstanding refund issues, we appreciate your patience. We're keeping track of your requests. We're going to work through them as quickly as we can, especially after we've reopened, because it's just one of the many things that we have to work on. I know this has been inconvenient for many of you, and I apologize for the wait, but we're really looking forward to getting back on track with our usual business. Now, I want to share some good news with you, though. We have received a federal PPP loan. Through the Small Business Administration, we have a loan that will cover about 1 month's operations. So while this obviously isn't enough to cover the full cost of a closure that's already been longer than a month, it does mean that we're able to pay many of our JCC employees right now. So that's the good news in the short term. In the longer term, of course, we continue to need your help and support. In that vein, I want to give a huge thank you to the many of you who've contributed your dues, your tuition, or new donations. Many of your donations have helped as they've been directed to a special disaster relief fund, 100% of which is going specifically to help our OFJCC staff community who are facing urgent financial issues. Teachers, trainers, housekeepers, security officers, counselors, and so many others who helped to create the amazing OFJCC experience and who've been affected severely by this shutdown. Because of your generosity, we've already been able to make tens of thousands of dollars in grants, and it's making a major difference at this very difficult time for so many people. If you'd like to be a part of that effort and you'd like to help sustain this organization so that we can keep serving our community, you can do that at paloaltojcc.org/donate. Now, we know that a lot of you are also struggling with financial and emotional issues at this time. So as a quick reminder, there are a lot of resources in our community, and many of them are posted on our website in the resources section of our virtual OFJCC. These include various agencies that are making grants and interest-free loans and offering help on housing issues and access to food and other resources as well. And if you feel like you're relatively fortunate and you want to help others at this time, there are also opportunities to volunteer posted on our website as well. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about our future. When I spoke before about the timeline, I mentioned that when we come back, it will be in stages. Until we have widespread testing and a vaccine, things will look different in our world. So we're going to have to adapt. Some of that is about changing the way we work on campus. And that means the size of groups and how we clean and what kinds of programs we run. And some of that will be about a different mix of in-person and online events. But what I want to promise you is this: we are never going to stop being here for you. We're never going to stop innovating and creating and making connections. We are never going to forget that our mission is to enrich lives, build community, and inspire Jewish journeys. We're just going to be doing it a little bit differently and with your reinvigorated help. It's a new set of challenges, but I'm excited about the chance it brings for us to innovate and connect. And I'm really, really proud of the staff and of the community, and I can't wait for all of us to be together again. So until then, please stay healthy, and we'll see you all soon.